So how do you take care of your pepper plants in the heat of the summer, July, August, and we're heading into the fall season? And how do you plant from seed versus seedlings or transplanting out, and general care and maintenance of your peppers to get the maximum harvest that you could possibly get? Understanding peppers and what to do to get your best possible harvest, that's what we'll be going over today. So let's dive in. Whether you buy plants from a store or you start peppers from seedlings, they do very well in containers. So you might want to try growing a few in containers and a few out into your plant beds if you have that option. They do very well in a protected area, but you can still plant them out in your normal plant beds as long as you cover them a little with shade cloths in the summertime. If it gets too hot, the fruit can get sun scald, so it's better to keep some kind of shade cloth, 30% or so, over them. That will help protect them somewhat from the extreme heat of the summer. To fertilize the initial feeding, mixed balanced fertilizer such as 5-5-5 or any organic fairly balanced fertilizer is good. I like to use the organic granular tomato and veg, which is higher in phosphorus and potassium and not so high in nitrogen, which peppers don't like too much nitrogen. It can actually stunt their growth. So you want to stay away from that. Mix it into the top part of the soil, or when you're first planting transplants, mix it in pretty deep into the hole where you're putting them. Mix it all in, cover a little bit of soil and into the hole, and then put your transplant in. Water it all in well, and do the granular fertilizer probably once every 3 weeks. It's enough to keep them healthy and green and fruiting very, very well. Make sure you stake and support your pepper plants. They can grow rather tall. Bell peppers and banana peppers, all kinds of different sweet peppers, become top heavy when they're loaded up with fruit. So just make sure you stake them or use small tomato cages to keep the branches upright, and it prevents them snapping in the wind. Prevent most of the pests if you look over your plants fairly often, and look for fungal diseases as well. Fungal diseases, you want to treat those with the leaves with 1 cup of hydrogen peroxide, the 3% kind, mixed in 1 gallon of water, and just spray it all over it. You can do this every couple of days to either prevent funguses or help eradicate them. Also for aphids, cutworms, spider mites, all those kind of things, you can spray the BT, that's more or less for caterpillars and worms, and mix that with water. Or you can use spinosad, which will kill other pests. But spinosad, you have to be careful. Do that at dawn or at the very end of the day when all the good pollinators are gone, because you don't want to hurt them. And avoid flowers as well so you don't hurt your bees. And peppers like 6 hours of sunlight per day. They prefer well-draining, loamy soil, rich in organic matter, and plenty of air circulation so they aren't too crowded. Companion planting is very important to plant with your pepper plants. As you see here, I plant out marigolds and garlic chives. It helps protect them from the bad pests, which I have bagged some of my fruit here to make sure that the bad pests can't get to them and they can turn red without getting all those little holes from the stink bugs in there. That method works very well. When you plant out your peppers, make sure the nighttime temperature is consistently 55 degrees or above, and space them apart about 18 inches. 12 inches you could probably even get away with. They don't mind being a little bit closer to other pepper plants. Just make sure they're getting enough airflow so they don't get any funguses or diseases. Dig a planting hole slightly larger than the root ball and place the plant at the same soil depth as it was in the pot. Water thoroughly after you transplant. If you are starting them from seed, do it 8 to 10 weeks before your last expected frost date. They're slow to germinate, so be patient. They require warmth for your best results. The temperature they like is between 75 and 85 to germinate. But be patient because they can take anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to germinate and pop up above the soil. Keep them moist and they'll be ready to plant out into your garden in about 4 to 6 weeks. And remember that peppers like 2 to 3 inches of compost or well-rotted manure in the top few inches of the soil, as well as a good balanced organic granular fertilizer mixed in there as well. Give them about 1 to 2 inches of watering per week. Try not to spray the plants themselves, only water the soil to avoid funguses and diseases. Mulch also helps the water not splash up onto the plants and keeps the soil temperature even and moisture in. I haven't done it yet because I was cleaning out these beds, but I'll be doing it shortly myself. Pruning any leaves and branches that touch the ground will improve the airflow and help not get the leaves splashed on a disease risk. Pinch off the first few blooms and encourage plants to grow stronger before they fruit. Regularly inspect for your pests and signs of stress of your plants. That helps a lot to walk your garden every day. And another fun fact is bell peppers and many other peppers are self-pollinating. Outdoor plantings do benefit from wind and visiting pollinators like bees, even though they are not required. If you have your peppers in a protected area or greenhouse, just gently shake the plants to help the pollination along. Green peppers can be picked when they are green or when they turn yellow, orange, or red. Other varieties of sweet peppers and hot peppers need to be picked once they turn their mature color, which can change according to whichever variety you choose to plant. One of my favorite varieties here, you see the small round Italian cherry pepper. It's a mild but flavorful pepper that goes great in salads and in all sorts of recipes. It is very easy to grow, and you can grow it in a container on your back porch if you like. They do very well in containers. There's also the gypsy sweet pepper you see in the orange and yellow and red colors. You can pick them at many different stages. Each one has flavorful, and when it's fully red, it is the sweetest. And those are great for roasting and in any other recipe that you could possibly think of. They're delicious and they are very prolific. They will give you loads and loads of fruit. And they have done well during spring and summer and in fall for me in past years. So that's a wonderful variety for you to plant in your garden. I've also planted the California Wonder green pepper, which you can pick when it's green or when it turns red, and it's very sweet when it's red. I've also planted the red night bell pepper, which does awesome as well. Both do well in containers and in greenhouses, as well as being planted out into your garden. They are both very prolific in any of the varieties that you choose to plant. Out of all of the varieties, these are my absolute favorites, so I hope you try some of them for yourselves. I hope you found today's video informative and helpful, and hopefully you found a little inspiration for planting some of your own pepper plants and seeds. If you have any comments or questions, please put them below. I would love to hear from you. And any other ideas for videos that you would like to see me do, please put that in the comments as well. I welcome your suggestions. So I hope you have yourselves a great week and go out and make yourself a great day.